Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. It is week 7 in the NFL. We're talking with Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com, and I've asked him to cover the London game coming up this week, Buffalo and the Jags. Joe Duffy, thanks for being with us. Buffalo lost at home to Cincinnati with Tyrod Taylor out. They're kind of a mess. They have a lot of injuries. The defensive schemes aren't really working. The defensive players are complaining. The Jags, not an awesome team, but they do appear to be getting healthier. Blake Bortles is inconsistent, but can be, good at times at quarterback. The Jags are getting 4.5 points here. I know the Bills have some talent, but it feels like the percentage play would be the Jags plus 4.5. Do you agree with that, Joe Duffy?
Well, the Bills have some pretty good talent when they're healthy, but again, is Tyrod Taylor going to play? I have a feeling he's going to be a game-time decision. I would lean towards saying he's going to play after checking just about every source. He legitimately almost did play last week, but then they did err on the side of caution. So I think that this week he should be good to go. But remember, Sammy Watkins, of course, left that game early last week. He was limping. Watkins is now doubtful. Percy Harvin is doubtful. So there's so much uncertainty on Buffalo's and Jacksonville. They have not been very good, but one thing is it seems to be pretty clear that they're opening it up. They want to see if Blake Bortles is truly their franchise quarterback, and he is showing some signs of progress. They average 45.33 passes per game over the last 3 games after starting out just 35.33. So I think if there's one clear trend is that Jacksonville's trying to open it up a little bit. I still think at the same time there's going to be a lot more certainty as we approach the game than there is now, although, when we wake up early Saturday morning, there may still be a lot of uncertainty about the playing status of quite a few Buffalo players. But you're right, if you want me to ask towards a lean, I would say probably taking the points would be a good play. I also would lean towards saying maybe the over, because I think Jacksonville is clearly trying to open up their game a little bit, but a little tough because of the uncertainty to make an official play for the purposes of this video.
All right, so it's going to be a pass for you then, Joe, because it sounds like, based on your analysis, that they might not be, blocks or huge percentage plays. Sounds though that that the Jags getting all those points with all the trouble the Bills are having and the over, like you said, might be good plays. I mean, do you think that this is a situation where the Bulls are looking like a mess, a team in disarray, and then they rally around and bounce back and get a margin win and cover as a favorite, which we do sometimes see in the NFL?
It could be. I've said that one of the bigger myths in sports handicapping is where people consider neutral games to be road games, and they usually analyze the road statistics ahead of the home statistics. I don't think that is the case, but if you do believe in that theory, I will say that Buffalo has played much better on the road than they have at home. All 3 of their losses have been at home, and they're very good on the road this year after they're 2-0 straight up on the road after a solid 4-4 straight up year last year. Now, Rex Ryan is trying to spin it that they get away from the distractions of Buffalo because he says the media is so negative up there. Kind of funny considering he just came from New York and he's calling the Buffalo media negative. But I think he's trying to spin it. He believes in 90% of the game's half mental, so if he can get his players to buy into that, that's a good thing. I will say what does make me a little bit nervous, although from a handicapping standpoint, it's not a road game, a neutral game isn't a road game. From a travel standpoint, it certainly is. And this is going to be the 4th time in the last 5 games that Jacksonville has had to travel. So that could be a little bit of a factor too. That's why I'm not really in love with the side.
All right, fair enough. Interesting analysis, Joe Duffy. Officially, it's going to be a pass for you, but at OffshoreInsiders.com, you give all your solid picks every week that you see big edges on. Right, Joe? Tell us about that.
And we're in a nice groove now. Let's forget about the 28 years of winning. 7-3 with Wise Guys recently. That includes even some baseball, moneyline underdog of 140 or more. We hit every single game of the year. Last week finished off with a Monday night football total going under, passed on the side. Spectacular week ahead. Already have some conference games of the year in football. Just go to OffshoreInsiders.com for the details.
That's awesome, Joe. Thanks.
Thank you, Peter.